Hello, welcome. Uh, do, 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 do. Okay, now I think we are um, ready to go. Except I don't have my shoes on, but oh well. Okay, so hello, welcome. Um, Hopefully I don't look it, but I just got done uh, putting a new mailbox post in the ground. So yay! Yeah, so Monday evening, um, there were some, well, so Monday, there were some tree crews, or there was a tree crew, tree crew, working on a neighbor down the street, their yard. And so either when they finished, they accidentally knocked our mailbox and didn't stop, or somebody joyriding around decided to take out whatever their issues were on our mailbox. So the mailbox post broke. Our mailbox is fine, which is good because I had just fixed the door on it like a couple months ago. But Tuesday, we don't know who it was. We did call the tree company and be like, hey, did anybody fess up to knocking down our mailbox? Do we need the trucks or trailers have dents on them? It was also kind of weird because it looks like it was hit from the wrong side, but it could have like spun around or something. So I don't know, but whatever. Anyway, so the lady who mans the phones and the reception desk or whatever at the tree company actually drove by. Their headquarters is not too far from us. Drove by, took a look at it, asked us about it. She said she did ask their guys. She said that usually they do fess up when they do something wrong. But again, we didn't have any proof. We don't have like cameras. The next door neighbor does have a camera, but it really only is for her front door. So it wouldn't have caught it. So we just were like, okay, fine, whatever. So I spent Tuesday, we noticed it because I had to take the parents to the doctor's office in the morning. And I was like, who left a black trash can on our like next door driveway? And then I backed up a little further and I was like, oh, that's our mailbox on the ground. So, so I spent Tuesday afternoon digging out the old pole, digging out 40 pounds of concrete and rocks from around the old pole. And then we went ahead and marked where we were going to put the new pole, which the old mailbox was on the same. So like normally your driveways are supposed to not like be directly across from each other. They're supposed to be offset a little bit so you don't back into somebody else's car. And for the same reason, your mailboxes are actually supposed to alternate. Ours were not. Our mailboxes were directly across from each other. So we decided we were going to swap sides and have our mailbox on the other side. So, and while we were digging, the neighbor who was having his trees done the day before saw us, stopped and said, hey, I've got a half bag of concrete from a project. Do you want it? And I was like, maybe I need it. So we, in fact, used that. We didn't know necessarily how much we would need. So Mom did pick up an extra bag at the hardware store, but we'll be able to return that since we didn't need it. But yeah, so we've got a new post in the ground this morning, and it's got its little supports so that when it sets, it's still level. Concrete's poured. We're just waiting. I wanted to get the concrete poured today because tomorrow it's supposed to rain. And I was like, I don't really want our concrete to get like super saturated and not set. So that is done. Tomorrow, hopefully we will attach the mailbox itself. I did manage to waylay our mail delivery person and just let them know. I was like, hey, obviously our mailbox is down. Just like temporarily hold our mail until Friday. So That was what I was doing yesterday, today. So have I written? No, I have not written yet. So hopefully y'all have done a little bit more than me in terms of your writing projects. But yeah, so that is what Jules has been up to. Sabby is here. Hello, welcome. Oh, cool, new avatar. Let me see. Style. Where's the style? Did they change it? Comments, banners. No, where have they moved it to? Okay, got the logo, overlay, video clips, loops, backgrounds, background music. They have changed where in StreamYard. Okay, well, I guess I will just have to look at it in this size. Sorry, I don't know where they have placed the swap sizes things. You have to write 10K words today. I believe in you. I believe in you. You can do it. You have to. You would prefer to write 15K. It's going to be a long writing day. Gotcha. Kate says, good morning. It'll be a writing day for me too. I'm almost to 10K. Nice. Katie, hello. Can't wait to get started. Welcome. Welcome. Here's where I said hello. Kara says, once again, writing in tandem with the sprints on the Dawdling Writer YouTube channel. Excellent. Stream hoppers unite. Yes. Happy Writer Wednesday. Exactly. You're going to be finishing up your Christmas rom-com. Excellent. Kate says, very good question for today. Yes, the question for today is, which character is the hardest to write? Let me put up the... Here we go. Which character is the hardest to write? A, the main characters. B, the antagonists. C, side characters who matter later. Or D, any and all characters. So maybe you've got the plot down, maybe you've got the world building, but sometimes characters are a little rough. So, oh, you've got Christmas music playing in the background, fitting for your Christmas romance, right? Kay Elizabeth, hello. Carrie here. Welcome, Carrie. You've had a rough writing month so far, only written 112 words total. You've been spending time replotting scenes as you are writing multiple POVs. Gotcha. But plotting is work too, so don't knock it. It is still work. CB says hello, welcome. Kate says, how do you guys feel about writing in first person? There's a lot of people that really love first person because they feel it gets them into the character's mindset a little bit more. It's easier for them to understand the emotions that way. If it is like you are seeing the action and the world through a character's eyes and only a character's eyes. So there's a lot of people that really enjoy it. And there's a lot of YA and children's books that are also written first person, again, to practice that, like, building empathy and imagination in people. So this may also depend on what age group you are intending for your audience, but even adults still can enjoy first person. So Carrie says, I'm continuing an old draft that I started 2 years ago and got stumped on, and it's all one character's story, but the 3 side characters have their own arcs and all interlink into this one storyline. Ooh, fun. Carrie says, my draft is all first person POV. Yes. Yeah. CB says, I'm at just over 43K. Nice. And dinner or another donut. Savvy says, I like both first and third person. I used to write my romances in third, but I've switched to first recently. There you go. You'll see whether or not you get dinner or another donut when you get to the kitchen. Yes. This one you're writing right now, it's the first time you've done first person from a man's perspective in a long time, so it's going slower. Gotcha. Kate says, interesting. I've never done this before. The first person, and you're only writing one character in first person. Okay, let me like put this together in my brain. Okay, so sorry, I was getting Carrie's and Kate's stories mixed up. Okay, there we go. Yes. Okay, so you're only writing one character in first person, and that's your main character. Yeah. It's also really fun. I find that if you want to play around with a little bit of first person, but not like the entirety of your book, I've seen it done in romance novels, actually, most oftentimes, when you have your main characters are done with third person so that you can tell what each of their emotions are and whatnot. But then the antagonist, if you have a little short snippet that's from the antagonist POV, it's usually, not usually, sometimes, it's sometimes done in first person. That way you don't have additional information that you would have from the normal omniscient POV. So that way the character remains shrouded in mystery. So yeah, so I think that's kind of fun if you want to play with like little short snippets, doing it kind of like that. You don't have to, but that is also a way to do it. So your book is YA fantasy. Yep. First book was done in second and third person. Ooh, second is really hard to do and continue properly. I find second is really, it's not a typical POV. I think with fifth season, what's your name? I still have it over here. No, I moved it. N.K. Jemisin. There we go. With N.K. Jemisin, found that like it really, I think it reinvigorated people's understanding of second person as a POV, and what it could be. But yeah, typically you see either third person or first person, and both are very viable choices. So got a donut. Yes. Carrie says, I find I write fantasy in third person, but for adult contemporary fiction, I've only ever thought about writing it in first person. That's kind of an interesting way to do it. And I wonder if it's because you feel like there's more explanation that needs to happen with fantasy, like world building and such. And so it's easier to do that in third person omniscient or third person limited, whichever your choice is. CB says, I have absolutely no idea how to write properly in first person or third person. First person is I, me, my, seeing the world through a single character's eyes. Third person is he and she, they. You are outside of a character. You can, again, depending on like how much you're inside their head, like you know everybody's thoughts, that's omniscient. If you know only one character or only one character at a time's emotions and thoughts, that's limited. So you're it's got a narrower emotional view, if you will, or narrower headspace, I guess. But still he, she, and they. Kate says, yes, I was thinking of this as well. So many different versions, right? Yes. Yes. Alexandria says, hello. My computer decided it wanted to update last minute. Oh, no. Welcome. It's the Dawdling Writer Channel. You can come on in whenever you want. Carrie says, exactly. Yes. You think Harry Potter is written in third person? Yes. You are correct. Yes. Exactly. I'd have to go back and look at it a little bit closer. I can't remember if it's limited or omniscient. Off the top of my head, I don't remember. So anyway, but that is for another time, because if I open a book, I will start to read it and then I won't be writing. So, which is also why we are not doing the textbook today, because with yesterday and this morning not being dedicated to writing, instead being dedicated to fixing the mailbox post, today must be a writing day. So today we pulled The Vulture, Nothing is Wasted, which is good. It's that reassurance that everything serves a purpose. 63, in case you need a number. Vulture, vulture, vulture. All right, so here's our little vulture friend with a crown on their head. Nothing is wasted. What seems hideous has its own beauty, and the recycling and repurposing that the vulture does is as important as any other activity in nature that supports the life cycle. The vulture's message is that nothing is to be wasted, for nature sees value in everything that exists. What seems rotten and ugly has the potential to be transmuted into something beneficial, and you are reminded that any suffering you have experienced has not gone to waste. Wisdom and understanding that arose from the experiences are talismans that will serve you on your journey wherever you go. What is decaying is only changing form and will fertilize seeds that you wish to plant, turning that which has passed away into the sustenance that will support new growth. All that you might wish to deny or discard has value and can be repurposed and reintegrated into the new you that you are becoming and the new life that you are dreaming into being. No pain was in vain and no experience was wasted, for you have the power to use it to create something far better. This is the miracle in your partnership with the universe. So again, here's our vulture. Always good. Always a good reminder, especially if we get sort of like down in the doldrums about only having written 112 words, but spending our time replotting, right? It's all good work. It will benefit us later. So, that's why we plot and brainstorm. And yes, it's still work. It might not be wasted later. Exactly. We keep past drafts of your stories. Yes, because there might be a kernel of something in there that is good. So, or that we want to go back to as a reference or change something in there. So, yeah. All right. So that is our card. We've looked at our poll. So now it's time to write. I'm going to pull up our timers. We're going to start with 25-minute sweater weather, lady. Here we go. Make her big. Put the banner up. Okay. So first reminder. 1, save your document if you've already been working. If not, now's a great time to pull up whatever document you think you're going to be working on. Here we go. 2, make sure that you take a sip of whatever it is you're hydrating with. I have tea today. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. And if you do not like the music, feel free to mute. Here we go. Sweater weather for 25 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, how'd we do? I got 813 words, which is nice. Very good, very good. Probably will need heavy editing later, but 813 is not bad. Oops, I put it in the wrong spot. There we go. Save. Okay, and then Kara asked about the deck that I always use, and that is the Spirit Animal Oracle deck by Colette Baron-Reid. It's the guidebook for it with the stag on it. But Colette Baron-Reid has a fun thing on her website that is, you can like pick a deck and sort of like try it out a little bit. So I put the link to this in the description. So this would be the pocket version of the deck I use. Guides of the Hidden Realms or the Wisdom of Oracle. I think I've seen this one in store. I don't know if I've seen this one. So I don't know if this one is maybe new. She's got a whole bunch of other things and whatnot, but let's try the, let's see what, oh, you gotta, maybe because I've done it too many times. I don't know. Anyway, but that's what some of them look like. Versus if you wanted the Wisdom of the Oracle, they would look a little bit more like this, more fantasy-esque. Here's some of our lovely cards over here. And I'm curious if I click on this again. Nope, those are the same ones. Okay. Maybe somebody else is going to have to try this because I know I have like clicked on her stuff a whole bunch of times, but it used to be that you could like pull and it would pull a random one. But anyway, I like several of her decks, but the Spirit Animal one is the one that I go back to very often. So there is that. So yeah. Let's see. See, Kara says, it's not really hard to write the main characters most times, but sometimes it's hard to determine who the protagonist actually is. Yes. Yeah, and sometimes I think I remember sort of in my brain arguing with like Save the Cat because they're like, there is only one protagonist. And I'm like, have you met romance? Have you met romance? And then you get to the romance structure of things, and they're like, yeah, you can have two characters here. And I'm like, yes, you can. But it's also interesting because sometimes it's whoever is the first POV that you put in terms of romance. Because sometimes I find, and this is sometimes indicative in the blurb on the back of the book, because if the first paragraph is written from from one character's POV first, like because you normally have like two paragraphs in the blurb, like the first one from one character and then the second one from the love interest or whoever. So if you're going with a conventional relationship, most times it's the woman's POV first and then the man's. But I find that sometimes when the man's perspective comes first, there's a little bit more evenness in terms of like POV swapping between your male main character and your female main character. Um, it's not always the case, but I find that that is a good indicator for my own reading. But yeah, so let me know if you have other tells like that. Like if you can get the hint from that kind of thing. And again, that might just be like some of the traditionally published ones that I've run across that do that. And so somehow in my brain, that's like, this is fact now based on experiential stuff. I don't know. CB was going to go have a bath because your brain wasn't wanting to cooperate. I understand that. Kate says, be right back. Time for lunch. Also understand that. And this is where Kara asked me about the deck. So Savvy got 1,048 words that time. Very, very cool. Alexandria says, workout complete. Now on to writing. Excellent. Yay. Good. Okay. I can tell like my I always think of like the top of this as my forearm, but whatever this underside is going to be sore from using all the hand tools and stuff. That was my workout for the last 2 days, was doing the post box resetting of the post. Carrie says, you're nearly halfway through replotting your Act 1 scene cards. It's so hard to find enough blocks of time to focus / write due to your work schedule. Yeah, sometimes it's one of those things where you have to make time, or you have to prepare to be able to snatch like every 5-minute window that you get. And I prefer large blocks of time. That way I can get into it and concentrate. But that means that I'm often sort of like twiddling my fingers, going like, well, I can't do it now because I've only got like 5 or 10 minutes. So that's something that I've had to work on for sure. And I still struggle with it. I still struggle. There is no answer to that. If you are a large block of time person, you tend to always want large block of time. If you are every snatched second counts, then you are good for that. I am not that person. I wish I was. Your workout this week was getting your flu shot and having muscle spasms for the past 3 days. Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks. Yeah, my parents went to get, they've already gotten their flu shots. But my dad had to get like a pneumonia resistance because he smoked for many, many years. He's finally coming up in the end of January will be 1 year where he has not smoked. There are no longer any cigarettes in the house. So like, anyway, but his lungs are really bad. So, for him to get a respiratory infection would be very, very bad. So, his doctor last year and this year, told him, you're going to have to take the pneumonia resistance shot as well. So yeah. And then we also have to get my parents, COVID boosters, because they kept waiting to get them at the doctor's office, and the doctor's office never get them in. So they were like, just go to the pharmacy. There's only one out at the moment. They'll have the most up-to-date one. So I'm like, okay. So now we have to go up to a pharmacy somewhere. But yeah, anyway, Alexandria says, oh no, to the muscle spasms, right? That's very painful, especially when it's involuntary and you're like, stop it. And it just keeps happening. Yeah, frustrating. You love writing in large chunks, but exercise. I try and get at least an hour or so, 10 to 20 minute chunks throughout the days helps as well. Yeah. Carrie says, your wife is pregnant, so we are getting our shots timed for a baby immunity purpose, which is very good. She was fine, and you're suffering mainly across your shoulder blades. Gotcha. We did ours at the Costco pharmacy, and they were great. Yeah. Our Costco's across town though, so we are likely to just go to like the Publix that's nearby. So that's what we did last time. So yeah. Although I got mine at Kroger, and I got a gift card because of it, or well, $20 credit to my Kroger card. If you have not gotten your vaccines yet, sometimes they have an incentive like that. If you get multiple, like the flu and the COVID booster at the same day, they sometimes will give you an incentive. But anyway, okay, let's go ahead and do second sprint. So don't forget to vote in the poll, and also make sure that you do any self-promo that you want. So that means if you have a YouTube channel, Twitch channel, Etsy store, Amazon author page, website, blog, social handles, any of that kind of stuff, make sure that you do that self-promo during the second sprint. Just remember, if you do not have a blue wrench of power, you will not be able to post direct links. So make sure that you are careful with that. Okay, we need to swap timers. That's what we need to do. We need to go for a 30-minute one. And I think I'm going to swap us to the 30-minute lakeside quiet bird song timer. So here we go. This one, the sounds are much quieter in case the music from the last timer bothered you. This one's a little bit more quiet. So, all right, let's do this. 1, save your document. Make sure that you do not lose any progress. 2, make sure that you take a sip of whatever it is that you are hydrating with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that is that. I just hit nano level. So I got 1,667 total, which means, what did I get? 854 that time. Solidly in the 800s. I will take it. I'm going to save my tracker and save my draft. Okay. So you keep getting distracted by translating things into Welsh because it's a lovely language and I want to know what other things mean. Yes. There are quite a few words that I find entertaining in Welsh, and I don't know if they're actually used or if that's just like a joke that the entire Welsh population has on the rest of the world. Like, do they truly call microwaves poppity pings? Like is that is that really the word for microwave? And like, do you use poppity ping as the object, or can you also use it as the verb? Like, I'm going to poppity ping some popcorn, or so it's like, because we use microwave as both a verb and an object, and so I don't know, like it's, questions like that. But yeah, but also I am very sorry that you have a viral infection and your hip popped out last week, so you're just struggle bussing, making it through though. But yeah, you had to change the POV in your current work in progress as the plot still follows the same. Plot still follows the same person's arc, but the reader learns too much following her POV. So now the main POV is the supporting character. Interesting. I like it. I like it. Kara says, I am offering half off of all alpha and beta reading or editing services until January 2nd. So here is the Ornery Literary Services that you can book Kara on. Jen says, good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. Hello. Alexandria says, 60 words, more coffee, and then got distracted looking for a decent office chair that isn't overly priced. Okay, so here's my trick for finding this, because this chair, $400. But because it was the last one that they had in the store, and it was the floor model, I got it for $60 at Staples. So if you go into one of those office supply stores and you ask to purchase the floor model, they may be willing to sell you a nice chair for cheap. So it's worth a shot. Of course, I didn't know. I did not know that was how much it was worth, because it didn't have a price on it. So this was just the one that I had picked out, and I was like, how much is this, by the way? And do you have one? Because they didn't have any boxes out on the floor. So they went and looked in the back, and they came out and they're like, let me look and see if we can get it in. And he told me what the price was. And I was like, whoa, that's a lot. And then he told me that apparently they were discontinuing it. And so they would not be able to get any more to that store location. So I said, well, can I just have the one that's on the floor? Can I just have that one? He's like, yeah, I'll sell that to you for like $60. And I was like, I'll take it. I will take it. So, so ask for the floor model. I mean, it works great. It's held up for, oh gosh, I'm trying to think of how long I've had it now. It's been at least 8 years. It's been at least 8 years. I don't think it's been 10, but I think it's been at least 8. So yeah, there you go. There's my tip for getting a cheaper office chair. I also saw some on the clearance aisle at Walmart recently. They were like the gaming chairs. So if you want more like gaming-esque office chairs, occasionally hunting the clearance aisle. But I think I also saw some of those same gaming chairs at the same price point. It was about $100 or $99 on Amazon. So like that may be not really clearance, may just be the price of it. So Jen says, hey, how are you? I am good. I have finished digging holes in the yard. Hopefully. I hope I don't have to dig any more holes in the yard. Our new mailbox post is currently setting in the concrete. Should be set by now, but we'll just leave it up for a little bit longer with the supports on it. So, yeah. Funky, hello. You're work writing, but hoping to finish up soon so that you can do some new draft November. Yes, that is what I'm calling it. New draft November, rough draft challenge, no mo namo. That's not right. No mo nano. There we go. I wanted to put an extra M in there, and I was like, wait a second, that's not right. My brain was shorting out. Savvy got 1,500 words. That's pretty nice. Excellent. Fantastic. That went great. You're making lots of progress on this story. I'm excited for you. Because your minimum goal was 10,000, and you've hit at least 2,500. I can't remember what exactly you got first sprint. Anyway. Funky's excited to see Jen, but also says, get out of town. You're welcome. You are welcome. I know you have stuff to promote, so there you go. Carrie says, I'm going to jump out for a bit and have a shower to warm up as the blanket and fire just aren't doing things justice. It's really cold here today. Oh, no. Yes, please warm up. Right, Funky? Savvy's always pedal to the metal. It's always really fun. Okay, so here is Savvy's latest video, a review of the book November 9, which you posted on the 9th of November. Nice. Excellent. Amazing, right? Yeah. Yeah, got like $340 off. It was great. Even $400 is cheap. Yeah, for some office chairs, for sure. Yeah. Tessa is here and has been writing. Excellent. Excellent. Yay. Funky says hi to Tessa. Wire cutter's pick, is this for an office chair, is $1,200. I would never pay $1,200 for a chair. I don't see myself ever doing that. If I ever do that, y'all can call me insane. Because do you know how many books I could buy for $1,200? Like, come on. I would much rather spend it on books. Even like the most comfy, like Papazon chair probably doesn't, like, the ones you get at like Bed Bath & Beyond or wherever. Those are probably under $50 and are very comfortable. Like, I don't need to have the super wicker and rattan one that's like $400 per piece. I'm like, yeah, no. I'll take a cheap chair that I can always throw another pillow on if it just doesn't like do right. And I'll spend the rest of the money on books and tea and coffee and all the things. At some point, I may spend some money on like one of the under desk mount for converting a desk into a standing, like the pistons that can raise and lower your desktop. Because I have a really nice slab of oak that my dad and I made into my desk space. So it's a very large and heavy slab of wood. So at some point, I may um, pay for one of those. But like even still, I don't see myself paying exorbitant amounts of money for that kind of thing because it works great with metal legs. So it's like, yeah, do I really need it? No. Do I want it? Yes. But am I going to spend that much money on it? No, I don't think so. So, but again, I'm probably cheap. So, um, thanks for the tip. Yeah. Yes. Now dubbed New DNO. Nudino? Nudino. Nudino. You've written about 2,500 today so far. Yes. Okay. So now you just need to do it 3 more times. Yes. Jen says hey to Tessa and oh, hey there, Funky. Funky's like, what am I, chopped liver? No, you're coffee. You're coffee. Your chair was about $400 and it was worth it. You've sat in it for hours a day for the past 3 years. Yeah. If you find comfort in that and it's going to last you another however many years so you can see yourself not getting sick of the chair, it's great. But I just personally can't see myself spending that much money on a chair. Who knows? I'll change my mind at some point, I'm sure. Like if okay, I can see myself paying that amount of money if it looks like a throne and is still comfortable. Like, maybe I could see that. I take it back. I probably would spend $400 on a throne that was comfortable. Precious says, I'm glad it's cold where I am. Global warming is terrible. Ozone layer is getting better. True. True. Yours is one of the gamer chairs from Secret Labs. Yeah. Which those do run you a pretty penny for sure. $400 is probably worth paying since we're sitting in them all the time. Right? Yes. Whipped coffee. Whipped coffee. Yes, whipped coffee. Before this one, you had a cheaper chair, about $99, and it slowly fell apart over just 1 year. Yeah, that's one of the things I'm very grateful that this one has done very well by me. There are some things about it, like when we moved, they took a chunk out of the armrest, and the pleather is finally starting to die. But yeah, so things like that. But it's like I can put another cover over it. I don't need the pleather. So, me. All right, y'all. Don't forget to subscribe to your fellow sprinters as well as those who host the sprints that you go to all the time. And let's get to another sprint. Don't forget to also vote in the poll. I think we are currently sitting at 50% for our highest option. All right, let's do the 30-minute. And again, if the sound bothers you, please just feel free to mute. I will not be bothered by it. So, all right, let's go ahead and do this. 1, save your document. 2, take a sip. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure that you are not slouching all the time. And 4 is if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that was the end of the third sprint. Hopefully we did good. I think I did good, so I think I'm just shy of 1,000 words. Yes, 991. But it's okay. I'll take it. I will take it. So I got 2,658 for the stream. Gonna save it and save my tracker. Sometimes I forget to save my tracker, and then I'm very glad I have the auto save, but yeah. Okay, so there's a little bit more discussion about, okay, so microwave in Welsh is actually microdon, but most people do actually use Papatipeng. Only one Welsh person insists it's not Papatipeng. Interesting. Kara said, my entire adjustable bed, including the mattress, did not cost $1,200, and mattresses can be expensive. Granted, it's not a high-end bed, but still, right? Yeah. The eternal dinosaur fan in you thinks new DNO, New Draft November, should be pronounced New Dino. Nice. You got your chair for free from your sister and your other chair free from your boyfriend with blankets, cushions, and a pillow. They're very comfy. Excellent. Alexandra says, being the Jurassic Park fan I am, the only thing I heard while reading that was Dino DNA. Nice. You do need to get another chair for the boyfriend. Boyfriend paid for a secret lab chair for his, and he really likes it, but if you run hot, it tends to retain heat, and you don't like that. Fair enough. Kate says, I'm back, and you've done about 200 words during your slow moments in the office. Nice. Alexandria got 180, also trying to decide which way you want this new scene to go. If you have two options, flip a coin, or draw a tarot card, or roll a dice. Add some chaos to your life. Savvy wrote 1313. Nice. Excellent. So that brings you to about 3,800. Thanks for running these sprints. They keep me motivated. You're welcome and glad we could help. Glad we could help. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get the poll options revealed again. Because I do need to do a couple errands, including giving back some tools a neighbor let us borrow, thinking we might need them, and also returning the cement we did not use to the hardware store. Okay, so when it comes to which character is the hardest to write, main characters, antagonists, side characters who matter later, or any and all characters. I'm going to end the poll. And the top choice is side characters who are going to matter later, 40%, because you kind of have to keep their story in mind or an option for them in mind. So that's 40% of us say that the side characters who matter later are the hardest to write. 25% of us say any and all characters. 20% of us say the main characters, and 15% say the antagonist. So of those options, the antagonist is apparently the easiest to write, followed by the main characters. Precious searched for nail designs, planning a style for wicked nails. Couldn't help it. Yeah, Ariana Grande got the role as Glinda, and Cynthia is a great singer too. Went back to writing 12 words and thoughts. Excellent. Funky just finished up work just in time for the sprints to end. It happens. It happens. Okay, so Friday's poll is going to be about how you feel about romance in other genres. So, like, if it's a mystery book, how do you feel about romance in it? If it's a high fantasy, how do you feel about it? That kind of thing. But anyway, so that's Friday's issue. For today, we have resolved the hardest to write is the side characters who matter later, and the easiest to write is apparently the antagonist. Or the antagonist is at least not the hardest to write. I shouldn't say that, maybe. All right, y'all. Thank you very much for joining me today. Don't forget to save all of your work, save your trackers, save your outlines, save your draft, save your notes that you put somewhere, all that kind of stuff. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will hopefully see y'all on Friday. If not, Sundays 2 to 5, Monday, Wednesday, Friday 1 to 3ish. I will be here. So yeah. All right. See y'all soon. Bye.